quick.
Let's talk about A Way Out. Hit me.
So, A Way Out is made by Hazelight Studios, directed by Joseph Fares. I might have said that wrong. You guys might know the Hazelight Studios from Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. It was the adventure game where you played as two characters, each one controlled independently with one of your right or left analog sticks. It was on 360, just released on Xbox One, PS4, all that stuff. You might better know him as the guy who was at the Game Awards last year and said, fuck the Oscars, like 3 or 4 times. It's that guy's game.
Yeah.
A Way Out is a co-op only, meaning no single player. You have to play it with a friend. Adventure game where you play as either Vincent or Leo, these two guys who wind up in a prison and attempt to break out. Other stuff ensues. A crime kind of thriller story that focuses on a narrative, but also focuses really on the idea of two players playing together. You could play online, but I recommend playing couch co-op. The coolest thing, industry way, the coolest thing about this game in terms of industry and the games industry is that you only need one copy to play it. Joseph Fares is really into the idea of independent and not trying to screw over the consumer. So say, Matt, say I bought it and you don't have it, but we want to play together. I can send you an invite on PlayStation 4. And when you get that invite, there will be a little link to the PlayStation Store within the invite. And you click it and you get to download a special trial demo. It's essentially the whole game, but you can't start your own game. Mm-hmm. You can only join my session. But that's it. You don't have to pay for the game. I'm bringing you in on this adventure. The game itself, the story is like a B-rate Shawshank Redemption, kind of tropey prison escape stuff. You've seen it before. It devolves into a pretty interesting kind of crime story. But what's really cool is the characters and the way the game kind of embraces the idea of just like, enjoy playing with a friend. It has a lot of distractions, like in one scene, you're in a hospital lobby and there's a Connect 4 sitting on a table and you can walk over and click and your friend can walk over and click. And then now you're just playing Connect 4 and there's like fun little banter back and forth. And all of these things feel intended. Maybe if you play Connect 4 long enough, you'll get a little scene, a special little cutscene or something. It encourages you to check stuff out. The other thing that's really striking about this game, and you might want to watch gameplay just to understand what I'm talking about or watch the trailer, it uses split screen for presentation. Your game is split, so most of the time, here I am on the left side, and here's my co-op partner on the right side, vice versa. Sorry if the image is swapped. But as things happen, if say the developer wants to draw your attention to one person's screen specifically because they've just encountered something that's important to the story, their screen will become bigger, right, and maybe yours will just be a little sliver, or your screen will cut out completely. They might add in a third or fourth screen. You kind of get the stylized, almost like spy thriller 70s TV kind of stuff. It's really cool the way that they use split screen in a refreshing and innovative way to both work some action sequences, work some stealth sequences, and tell a story. It's cool because you'll be peeking at your buddy's screen. They're one place, they're trying to distract guards and stuff. It's a very cool experience. It runs about 5 to 6 hours, and it has one of, even though the story from like hour maybe 2 to 4 is like samey, or at least maybe not wholly inspiring. Mm-hmm. The last act of the game, fantastic. It's fantastic. I have heard people say, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I've heard people say, I really wish a game would do this as like a meme or a Facebook joke. Like for the past 2 years, I've seen this little joke pop up every now and again. And this game does that thing. So it's something people have wanted. It's something that people have really sought for out of a cooperative experience, out of a cooperative story. And this game delivers on that. And it's really, really cool. It's also a mid-tier price. It's $30. The graphics are a little bit blurry and kind of meh at times, but like Senua's Sacrifice, man, it is a great game. And the fact that it's $30 and you can just play with a friend who doesn't have to buy it. So if you guys go halfsies on it, 15
bucks.
Like, it's great. And it does so many things, so some things might falter, but the things it does well, I really hope become industry standard. I hope a lot of developers look at the way that Joseph Fares and his team at Hazelight did the cooperative on this, really look at the way that they try to make it a cooperative experience. You're not just playing a game together, but you're having a bonding moment by making decisions, talking about strategy. It's really a co-op experience, not just a co-op game. So I hope that becomes industry standard and people take note. Like, great job, guys. It won't be for everybody, but if you have a friend who wants to play games with you, it's like a co-op heavy rain. Go ahead.
Question from the chat. Good to play with a girlfriend or not really? I guess
yeah,
Claudia's saying like a girlfriend that maybe is not into a lot of games, or is more of a...
Yes.
Is there a lot of violence?
It's not like there's a lot of language, but there's not like any torture scenes really, or anything that's like there's nothing that's gonna make you squirm. Nothing that's like super gross. It doesn't really require a ton of like high gameplay skill. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid spoilers because the game, it's best going in knowing as little as possible. Just off the idea that it's a really interesting co-op game that's more of an adventure game, but there are some sections that have third-person shooting. Right. But luckily, maybe if one character is a little bit better than the other, they can kind of run it. The thing is that A Way Out doesn't try to make one player rule the experience. So if one person is taking a little bit longer, it might hold up the first person by extending their cutscene or something. So what it is good for people who are maybe not good at games is oftentimes if you have someone who's not a great gamer and someone who is a good gamer, the person who isn't that good feels like they're, like extra weight, or they're getting left behind, This game does a good job making both players feel like they're moving through the experience at the same pace, regardless of skill. You're really experiencing the story. The first opening sequence of this is amazing in the fact that the two players start in completely different locations and end up in the same location, and it's seamless. And even though you can spend as much time as you want diddly-dallying here or there or checking out as much stuff as you want to, you will arrive at the same door at the same exact time, and it will feel super organic. Wow. So that's the kind of feeling that this game evokes. Sure, the story is a little bit meh, the gameplay can be kind of tropey, but the things it does for a co-op experience is amazing. I would recommend playing it with your girlfriend if you're interested in having that cool bonding experience. Like I play a lot of co-op games, and oftentimes you just feel like, hey, I'm shooting guys with my buddy. But when I was playing this with my friend Blake, it was like, hey, do you want to go with this guy's idea or this guy's idea? Do you want to talk to this civilian? You're always thinking about it almost like from a realistic standpoint, because if you put yourself in the shoes of those characters, I don't know, man. It was a very immersive game, or at least a game that engaged me and my co-op partner in a unique way that I haven't felt in quite a while. So, props to them.
Sounds great. I'm loving the mid-tier. Hellblade.
Yeah, the mid-tier.
This. What are some other examples? Games that are unique.
Hey, Hellblade BTW was PS4 exclusive. It is finally getting released on Xbox One. So if you guys like the idea of being able to buy games that look like AAA games, because Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice,
yeah, it's beautiful.
It looks fantastic, but it's only $30. So if you
it's on sale on PSN right now.
How much is it on PSN?
Like 25 instead of 4. Well, in Canada it's not regularly 40, and it's gone to like 25.
So I probably, because the Xbox One is finally getting it, I think this month or early April.
Yeah.
But these mid-tier games, guys, they're really, really, really putting their hearts and souls into them. And I think Senua's Sacrifice and A Way Out are two of the biggest examples of taking this mid-tier price and allowing the developer to kind of show off unique and artsy things without worrying about this high budget. So if you want to support that kind of indie, creative, artful games, buy Senua's Sacrifice, buy A Way Out, and you can now get them on all consoles, whereas Senua's Sacrifice was just a PS4 exclusive before.
That's right.